Thank you. So first of all, I want to invite you all to stay in your neighborhood and walk your main streets of Salem on April 20th through the 22nd, because that is the Massachusetts Poetry Festival. And we're going to fill the streets, the venues, the museums, the music halls, the bars with poetry. And I think it's a true sort of example of what the creative economy can be. And I run the Improbable Places Poetry Tour, which is a project where we take poems and we bring them to local businesses. So we're putting poems in places where you wouldn't expect them, like tattoo parlors and flower shops, bike repair stores. And for the Mass Poetry Festival, we've been invited to Salem, and we're going to be doing site-specific installations throughout the downtown stores. So we've got about six or seven venues where I hope you'll stop by, shop, and find a poem. So I thought I'd give you a poem tonight that's about Salem. When I first came to the North Shore of this area about 10 years ago, I was on the fence trying to decide if an artist could find a home here. My husband was an artist too, so we were really worried that this would be an economy that would support us and we could support it back. And I went into a diner across the street and we were kind of mulling it over with our family. And a man that I never knew heard us talking and paid for the breakfast for all of us without telling us, and said to the waitress, "Tell him it's a good place." And so this is sort of my thank you to him. And I never saw him. I didn't really recognize him. So if you're in the audience, thank you. So it's called, I'm going to put it down so I can. For the buyer of breakfasts in Salem, I wish for you a lifetime of eggs, over easy, poached, sunny side up, on a raft, scrambled with good Vermont cheddar. I wish for you that every time you walk into the diner on Washington Street, somebody says, "What do you know, Joe?" That you're the guy, the one who bought breakfast for the out-of-towners, because you were so sold on this city. I wish for you that when the story gets English muffin dry and day-old stale, you will still be known as a lumberjack. Pass in the sports page, pass in the syrup, give him a warm-up, little creamers on ice. No, bring out the real milk from the cooler. Every small generosity is now yours to pocket. Postcards, Secret Santas, the resurrection of men's hat departments in storefront windows. All those hats worn by other nice men. They will search for you on Essex Street just for the opportunity to tip their brim in your direction. I wish for you that satisfaction, not from feeling full, although the silver dollar pancakes are always on the house in my thank you diner, but should you know, when I did the same much later, of course, one town over, and bought dessert for the couple 2 tables over, it tasted sweeter than cannoli. Thank you.
Thank you, Colleen. That was great, and it ties in perfectly to Creative Salem.